Hey, what's up, everyone? Merry Christmas. Got my tree back there again. It's 4 days until Christmas. I know you guys are probably racking your brains on what you're going to make for Christmas dinner. But don't worry, I got you guys. This is a side, and I love cheese. I love spice. So I decided, I'll help you guys out, and we'll make some mac and cheese, some baked mac and cheese. And it's supposed to have about 4 cheeses in it. So, added some cheese in there. So let's get it going. First thing, like always, we gotta go ahead and get the veggie prep going. So here, you're just gonna thinly slice half of an onion. Nothing crazy, do about 1/4 of an inch or so. Next, like always, you always gotta have the garlic and onion together. So here I use about 8 cloves of garlic. You can use more, you can just use less. It all depends how much mac and cheese you're making. You're gonna go ahead and peel these, and after that you're gonna go and mince them up. I went and used my knife this time to mince them up. So after that, after the garlic, we're gonna go and start cutting up these hot boys, these hot green boys. What we're gonna do is just cut them in half. Once we cut them in half, we're gonna devein them and de-seed them. After that, we're gonna take them, flatten them out, and give some nice thin strips. Do about a 1/4 of an inch of a strip. You got all of them have the stripped out. We're gonna go and we're gonna do these a little bit of a fine dice. I would say a little bit less than a 1/4 of an inch. We're gonna save about 6 of the strips itself is gonna be part of the garnish on top. So go ahead and get those going. Also, a little tip, after you're done cutting these, go ahead and wash your board down and wash your hands really thoroughly, because you don't want to be, touch your face randomly and your face starts burning. So go ahead and do that after you're done cutting these. Then we're gonna go ahead and take some of these green long boys, and we're gonna separate the whites and the greens. So what we're gonna do is a thin slice on the whites, you know, get a nice little onion flavor in there. And also we're gonna take those greens, once we get that done, we're gonna slice them at a bias for a little bit of garnish on top too. Next, we're gonna go and move on to the cheeses here. I use mozzarella, Munster, and smoked gouda, and I use a little bit of smoked cheddar. Pretty much feel free to use any cheese you wanted, but I figured since, you know, this would be a little bit spice into it, it'd be nice little flavor to it using a little bit of smoked cheeses, and then the mozzarella cheese is gonna help it make it real cheesy. Like, you know, I love my cheese, man. Once we're done grating the cheese, don't forget to give it a good mix. You want to get all the cheese mixed up so you're not getting one particular cheese more over than the other. I'm gonna go ahead and flare this up a little bit more. Go ahead and add some bacon to this. You know, bacon makes everything taste good, so, you know, why not add a little bit of bacon in there? It's a special event, so, you know, might as well do it a special time. I normally try to only flip the bacon one time, get a nice cook on one side, and then go ahead and flip it one time. You know, do it as many times as you want. I just do it like this is how I learned how to do it. So once that is done, you're gonna take it and pretty much just put it on a paper towel and get all that grease off. You want to get it nice and dry. Now that this is done, we're gonna go ahead and get our pasta going. You want to put a little bit of oil, season it, and bring that to a boil, and then go ahead and throw your pasta in there. Once I got up to a boil, you're gonna go ahead and throw your pasta in. You're gonna cook that for about, I would say, 10 minutes. You can go ahead and undercook this a little bit, because when you go ahead and put it in the oven, the pasta is gonna go and cook the rest of the way, and it's gonna absorb some of that yummy goodness. After that, you're gonna take that same pot, throw it back on to the burner, and we're gonna go ahead and start cooking our veg before we put the cheese sauce in there. First, as always, we're gonna go ahead and get the oil going. Once the oil's got a little bit of heat to it, we're gonna go and throw our garlic in there until we get a nice little, you know, brown on it. Once we get that nice little brown out, we're gonna go ahead and throw our onions in there. We're gonna cook those down a little bit before we go ahead and season it. You want to get everything opened up so onions will porous, so they'll absorb anything you put into it. So once you got it up, go ahead and season a little bit of salt. After about 3 minutes, you can go ahead and throw your jalapeños in there. Cook those down for about 3 to 5 minutes or so. After about 3 minutes, you can go ahead and season this again. You know, not major, but you know, you gotta season on all layers, you know, so make it complete. After about those 5 minutes, you can go ahead and throw your green onions in there, and you're gonna let that saute for a little bit. After these cook down for a little bit, you can go and take some heavy whipping cream. You're gonna go ahead and put that in there. I used one whole little quart, I guess, of this and poured it in there. And you're gonna get this a little bit of warm. You're gonna turn this down to a simmer. You're gonna bring this up slow so you don't go ahead and scald it and burn it. You know, once you burn it, it smells horrible. Once it starts to simmer for about 3 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and take some cream cheese. Here I used 2 little packets. I didn't want to measure it out. I had little packets, so I went ahead and threw them in there. I went ahead and threw some of that Voodoo Chef Nola seasoning. You know, it gave a little better taste to it. I'll put a link down in the description if you guys are curious about it. You know, I really enjoy this seasoning. Then I went ahead and hit it with a little bit of trigger finger. I went and go throw a little bit of garlic powder in there. You know, extra garlic don't ever hurt. You know, it just makes it taste a little bit better. This cooks down for about 3 more minutes. You're gonna go ahead and start adding your cheese. When you go ahead and add your cheese, you're gonna keep stirring. You're not gonna stop stirring, because if you don't, that cheese is not gonna melt, and it's gonna become very hard to stir, and it's not gonna be that nice creamy texture that you want. So go ahead and add about a handful at a time, and then just stir it up. This is pretty much the consistency that you want. You want it still pourable, but you still want it, you know, got that nice cheesy effect into it. You know, I love cheese. This shit looks good to me. We're gonna go ahead and set that to the side, and then we're gonna go and chop our bacon up. We're gonna use a little bit of this bacon in the actual sauce itself to give a little bit of added texture, and we're gonna keep some of it to put it over the top. And after you do this, you're gonna take about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter, melt it down. Once you have it melted down, go ahead and throw about a half a cup or so of panko breadcrumbs in there, and you're gonna give that a good mix up. This is gonna go over the top. And then you're gonna go ahead and take that pasta, and you're gonna put it into a pan. Here I used I think this is a 9x9 pan, and you're gonna do is take that cheese sauce you just made and go ahead and pour that whole thing over the pasta. You know, after that though, you're gonna go ahead and give that a mix up so you get pasta and the sauce incorporated, and you got a nice even coating on all the pasta. Then you're gonna take that rest of the cheese that you have and you're gonna give it a nice, even, thick coating over the top. You know, this is gonna make your crust and it's gonna make your mac and cheese just delicious. You wanna go ahead and, you know, be generous with that cheese. You know, you can never go wrong with too much cheese. Once you got all that cheesy goodness, you're gonna take those breadcrumbs and you're gonna sprinkle them over the top. Give it a nice good layer over the top. You know, try not to clump them in one area. You want a nice even coating. This is gonna give a nice brown to it. Then take your leftover jalapeno sticks and place them over the top like so, or you know, whatever design you want. I decided to do this. And then go ahead and clean up the corners. And then you're gonna go and put this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes or so, or until the top gets nice and golden brown. If at 20 minutes it's not fully done, go ahead and turn it onto a broil and just keep track of it until you get that nice crispy brown like this. Well, this pretty much sums up the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button. You know, this is an awesome holiday side for any party you go to, you know, and it'll make everybody talk about it and always want them for you to bring it every time you guys have some sort of party. So hopefully you guys are having an awesome holiday. Go ahead, and if you guys enjoyed my content, go ahead and subscribe so you can get more how-to videos, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Peace.